better. So let's create the package first. So here I'm at my source main and alt insert package chapter 19, and I'll just mark it as write replace read resolve. Let me copy this so that we can create a similar package in test. So I enter, and again alt insert package and just control V. Okay, so we have got the package created now. So let's create some Java Pojo class here. To save some time, I will copy the Java Pojo class from some previous chapter and make some changes on it. So I will take this previous chapter market data with validation, Control C and Control V, and let me change it with write replace read resolve. Okay. Yep. Okay, I will remove this because we don't need validation, and also let me remove this and alt enter, create constant, Control Y, and we have got these primitive fields. Long, double, and boolean and string. String read as well. So no changes here. I'll not take any reference object for now, just for the simplicity of this example. And let me create the getters and setters, and also the toString method. So alt insert getter and setter, Control A, okay, enter. And similarly, I will create the toString method as well. toString, okay. So alt L. Now let's look at our writeObject, readObject methods. First of all, I don't need this validate method. So Control Y, okay. I removed this, and also I don't need to register for validation. So remove this as well. So writeObject method and readObject methods are good. We are just calling the default writeObject and default readObject methods respectively. So let's try the writeReplace method first. So here is how we actually define it. So it's private. No, sorry, we have to return an object which we want to replace, and writeReplace. Guys, the signature is very important. It should be exactly same as what I'm typing here, and it will throw object stream exception here. Okay. So here writeReplace means that whatever the object which I'm returning here, this object would be serialized when we call this default writeObject method. And this writeReplace is always called before writeObject method. This we will see that because I will try some write some system.out.println here, so that we ensure that when we run our unit test case, we can ensure that writeReplace was called before writeObject method. Now let's create some new object which we are going to replace with the Java Pojo, which we will return here. So let me first of all copy this system.out.println, Control C and Control V, and let's create a different object which you want to serialize. So just call market data with this, Control Alt V, and I will just mark it as market data, okay, and I will just mark it as final var, okay, because you're JDK 11, so just use this. Okay, and so we have created this new market data object, not the original one, and let me create some state here. So again, to save some time, I will copy this setter methods from some previous unit test case. So I will go to chapter 13. Let's go here and copy this all. And let me go back here, and I will have set all these field variables for this market data. and I will return market data. Okay. But before we make this change, let me change this the security IDs, because it would be very clear that we are going to replace the original object. So I will mark it as something as meta, and say change the time to some other time, say this. And similarly, I put everything for 2 instead of 1. Just make it 2. Okay. So this is the new object that we are going to return from this writeReplace, which would be serialized here when the writeObject is called after this. And this will replace the original object, the original Java Pojo object for this class, and write this market data object instead of the original one. Now we are done with the writeReplace. Now let's do the same for readResolve. Just remember that readResolve is called after the readObject method is done. I mean, which means that after this default readObject method is created, I mean, so this original object, this would be created back once we deserialize, and then we will replace this object as well with the readResolve method that we create now. Let's go here. Again, the signature is very important, so I will provide private object readResolve, and this will also throw the same exception, which is object stream exception. And I will again call this system.out.println inside readResolve. I think here I just missed, so let me put it correctly. So inside writeObject, writeReplace, readObject, readResolve. Okay. And let me again copy this whole. So what we are doing is that we are going to replace the deserialized object with the one which we are creating here now. Again, I will change the name to say Amazon, and 3 mark everything as 3 now. Okay, so this is the object that we'll get finally once we deserialize, instead of the one which we are serializing it here. Instead of this, we'll get this object back. So we have created our writeObject, writeReplace methods, as well as readObject and readResolve methods. Now let's write some unit test case to assert this what we have written.